What if the secret to transforming your life, your finances, your future, your potential, wasn't out there, but in here? What if the way to earn more, grow faster, and live bigger didn't begin with a new job or another hustle, but with rewiring the way you think? This is not just a motivational pep talk. This is a call to rise above the noise, break free from your old limits, and reprogram your mind for abundance. In this powerful speech, you're going to uncover how the most successful people in the world train their brains for wealth, confidence, and unstoppable momentum. You'll discover that change doesn't begin with action. It begins with clarity, with vision, with belief. If you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or like you're not reaching your full potential, this is the message you've been waiting for. It's time to silence the self-doubt. It's time to activate the power within. Every second of this speech is designed to rewire your thinking and remind you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your life. So lean in, listen closely, and whatever you do, you don't stop watching. Because by the end of this video, you'll never look at your mindset or your money the same way again. A belief is the foundation of everything we do, and when it comes to making money, this principle is no different. Your financial situation right now is a reflection of the beliefs you hold about money, success, and your worth. If deep down you believe that money is scarce, hard to get, or that you're not someone who deserves to be wealthy, your subconscious mind will sabotage your efforts. You'll procrastinate on opportunities, undercharge for your services, or play it safe when bold action is required. And you won't even realize you're doing it because your brain is always working to make your external reality match your internal beliefs. Think about how many people say they want to be rich, yet stay stuck in jobs they hate, spending what little they earn on things they don't need, avoiding risk, and never investing in their growth. It's not because they're lazy or incapable. It's because on a subconscious level, they don't believe wealth is for them. They don't believe they're the type of person who gets rich. And so they act in ways that align with that identity. The truth is, your brain wants to protect you from discomfort, uncertainty, and change. Even if that change could make your life better. If your current belief system sees money as dangerous or sees wealth as incompatible with your identity, your actions will reflect that, whether you realize it or not. To change your financial outcomes, you must first challenge the story you tell yourself about money. Where did your beliefs come from? Did they come from family members who struggled financially? From a culture that says money is evil? From teachers who taught you that playing it safe is the responsible thing to do? Whatever the source, you must confront it. You must take inventory of your internal programming and ask, does this belief serve the person I want to become? Once you recognize the limiting beliefs, the next step is to consciously replace them. You start small. You speak differently. Instead of saying, I can't afford that, you say, how can I afford that? You stop saying, I'm broke, and start saying, I'm learning to manage my money better. You begin telling yourself, I create value and money flows to me because of that. These may feel unnatural at first, but remember, your current beliefs didn't form overnight. They were built through repetition. The same is true for rewiring your mind. Neuroscience has shown that the brain is elastic. Neural pathways can be restructured with intentional thought and consistent action. Your beliefs are not fixed. They're flexible. They can evolve. And when they do, your behavior changes with them. You take more calculated risks. You stop settling. You begin to see yourself as someone capable of building, growing, earning, and leading. And people around you begin to respond to that energy. Suddenly, doors open. Opportunities find you. Not because the world changed, but because your belief system did. This is where transformation begins. Not with some magic strategy or secret formula, but with a shift in identity. If you want to make more money, you must first believe you are the kind of person who does, not with arrogance or entitlement, but with clarity and conviction. Your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings drive your actions, and your actions produce your results. If you want to create a new reality, you have to start at the root, your belief. And from there, everything changes. Repetition is the language of the brain. The mind doesn't change because of one powerful moment or a single motivational quote. It changes because of what it hears, sees, and believes over and over again. If you want to rewire your brain to make more money, you must intentionally train it to think in alignment with wealth, abundance, and opportunity. This isn't about wishful thinking. This is about neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to physically rewire itself through repeated thought patterns. Just as muscles grow with repeated effort in the gym, your brain strengthens the neural pathways you use most often. So if you constantly feed it with scarcity, fear, and doubt, those become your default settings. But if you fill it with gratitude, vision, and abundance, those become your new normal. Training your brain for wealth starts with what you feed it. Are you surrounding yourself with conversations about growth or with complaints about inflation? Are you listening to stories of success or stories of failure? Are you reading books that challenge your thinking or scrolling through content that numbs your mind? Everything you consume is shaping your perspective, and your perspective shapes your reality. You must build a mental diet that supports your financial future. That means filling your environment with the voices, messages, and examples that reinforce your belief in possibility, and just as important as input is output. What are you saying to yourself every day? What are you affirming, consciously or unconsciously? Your self-talk is programming your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is driving 95% of your behavior. So if you repeatedly say, "I'll never figure this out," your brain will accept that as truth and behave accordingly. If you tell yourself, "I'm learning and improving every day," your brain goes to work proving that belief right. It's not magic. It's the result of thousands of micro decisions aligning with your dominant thought patterns. What you practice mentally, you live out physically. Consistency is the key. You don't become fluent in a new language by practicing once a month. You become fluent through daily repetition. The same applies to financial transformation. You don't become confident, creative, or capable with money overnight. You become those things through the repeated practice of thinking, speaking, and acting in alignment with the identity of a financially successful person. When you make a habit of thinking abundantly, you begin to see possibilities where others see problems. When you repeat the language of ownership and discipline, you naturally begin to follow through. When you reinforce a vision of wealth daily, your actions start to align with that vision. Many people struggle with money not because they lack potential, but because they lack repetition. They get inspired one day, take a few bold steps, and when results don't come instantly, they revert back to old patterns. But true change happens through compound growth. You don't see the results at first. It feels slow. But one day, the compounding kicks in and everything shifts, just like planting seeds in the ground. You don't see the tree on day one, but if you water it daily, it grows beneath the surface until suddenly it breaks through. Your brain works the same way. Repetition waters the seeds of your future, so choose your thoughts deliberately, choose your inputs wisely, and repeat the thoughts, habits, and behaviors that align with wealth until they become who you are. Because when your brain is trained to think abundance, when your identity is rooted in growth, and when your habits align with vision, wealth becomes not just a possibility, but a pattern, a natural outcome of a well-trained mind. Your belief system is the internal compass that quietly directs every decision you make, especially when it comes to money. Most people are unaware that the limitations they experience financially have more to do with their deep-rooted beliefs than their circumstances. These beliefs are often installed early in life through what they see, hear, and experience about money. If you grew up hearing that money is the root of all evil, or that rich people are greedy, those thoughts shape how you perceive wealth. Even if you consciously say you want to be rich, subconsciously you may resist it, self-sabotage, or feel guilt when you start succeeding, because it conflicts with the programming your mind received years ago. To truly rewire your brain for wealth, you must confront and rewrite these internal narratives. You have to examine the stories you've accepted as facts and ask yourself, are they true? Or were they just repeated enough times that you believed them? The brain, remember, is not concerned with truth. It's concerned with repetition. It accepts what is familiar as real. So if your mind is filled with limiting beliefs, it will protect those beliefs, even when they limit your future. That's why breakthrough doesn't start with strategy. It starts with belief. What you believe sets the ceiling for what you're willing to pursue, what you feel you deserve, and how hard you're willing to work. Many people unknowingly carry a belief that says, "I'm not good with money." That simple statement becomes a prophecy. Because if you believe that you won't study financial literacy, you won't ask questions, you won't take risks, why would you? Your belief has already decided the outcome. But what if you replace that thought with, "I'm becoming financially intelligent"? Suddenly, your brain starts looking for proof. It starts scanning for opportunities to learn and grow. You move from avoidance to curiosity, from fear to empowerment. That shift may seem small, but it's massive. Because once your belief system changes, your behavior does too. And behavior is what creates results. Beliefs aren't changed by logic. They're changed by experience and emotional connection. That's why it's not enough to read one book or attend one seminar and expect everything to shift. You have to repeatedly expose yourself to new evidence. You have to be in rooms where wealth is normalized. You have to watch people who look like you succeed, so your brain says, "If they can, I can." You have to intentionally surround yourself with the kinds of messages, people, and practices that challenge your current blueprint and stretch your capacity. The more you do, the more your subconscious gets retrained. Eventually, the new belief becomes your default also. Beliefs are deeply tied to identity. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, you'll find a way to struggle, even when money is available. If you see yourself as someone who creates, learns, and adapts, you'll find a way to win, even when the odds are against you. So changing your belief system isn't just about changing thoughts. It's about transforming how you see yourself. It's about stepping into the identity of someone who adds value, attracts abundance, and makes wise decisions. That identity shift is the foundation for lasting financial change. When your beliefs are aligned with abundance, you'll no longer sabotage success. You'll sustain it. You won't fear wealth. You'll respect it. You won't reject opportunity. You'll recognize it. That's the power of belief. It's not just a thought in your head. It's the code running in the background of your life, influencing every financial decision you make. Rewire that code, and you change your money story forever. Developing financial intelligence is not just about learning how to save money or create a budget. It's about mastering a mindset that understands how money works, how wealth is created, and how value is exchanged. Far too many people are stuck in the loop of working hard without ever understanding how to make money work for them. They are excellent at earning but poor at growing. That's not because they aren't smart. It's because no one taught them how to think differently about money. The financial intelligence is a learned skill, and like any skill, it starts with awareness, followed by practice, and eventually becomes instinctual. True financial intelligence begins when you stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like an investor. A consumer asks, "What can I buy with this money?" An investor asks, "How can I grow this money?" That one mindset shift can change everything. It's not about depriving yourself of enjoyment, but about delaying gratification for a greater reward. People with strong financial intelligence know how to evaluate the long-term impact of a decision, not just the immediate satisfaction. They look at money through the lens of return, not just in dollars, but in time, freedom, and opportunity. Another crucial part of financial intelligence is understanding value creation. Money doesn't just show up because you want it. It flows toward value. The more value you provide to the world, through your skill, your service, your